Hey, this is Witty, and this is a 1 vs 1 replay commentary between Kodos Forsaken and MartialLaw. Where are you, MartialLaw? You're down here. So, we've got a human versus orc. Classic Warcraft 3. Archmage, no doubt. Or will I be wrong? So we got the altar, farm, barracks, you know how it rolls. Is there going to be a scout afterwards? Kodos Forsaken, burrow at the bottom, altar of storms. Looks like these two players have met before. There's going to be a little bit of a history going on between these two. I'm not too sure about it. We've got the fog of war down. Unfortunately, I've got no replayers, observers to use their vision, but I'll try to flip between the two players. I don't think there's a hotkey for swapping between the players, and if there is, then feel free to let me know what it is, but at the moment I've pretty much got to click it. So we got a war meal going down at the back here from Kodos Forsaken. I am almost suspicious that he's going to do some tower rush against humans. Nah, probably not, but he's up to something. But what is it? What's your hero going to be? Blade Master, of course, of course. So we've got barracks going down, a little gap here for the Archmage to filter through, but also for the Blade Master to get in, unless he decides to block it off with another farm. So Kodos doesn't like MartialLaw much. Chopping away at this tree. Is that going to be a space for the Archmage to slip through? I don't know. So yes, we do want an arcane tower, possibly. At first is an Orc Blade Master, which is almost inevitably going to be coming down. So MartialLaw calls that. Oh dear. Archmage almost out. Footman, we'll keep an eye on that in a moment. Meanwhile, another burrow going down. We got Kodos Forsaken. Not sure what he's up to yet. I'll have to keep checking back up on him, but it's like when that war mill goes down, is he going to build something else? Probably not. It just looks like he's trying to get a tech going and lots of harass. What's the Blade Master going to pick up item-wise? Ah, there we go. Healing Salve, Clarity Potion, and Scroll of Speed. And he's obviously going to make his way down to MartialLaw, who is now creeping away. He's using a Militia and a Water Elemental to clear this spot, whilst his Archmage and these remaining Footmen decide to try and creep this spot with a couple of extra Militia to go along. These Militia are coming back. Still no Arcane Tower yet, and he's probably going to feel the pain in a moment because Kodos Forsaken is on his way. Windwalk enabled. So what's he going to spot? What's he going to go for? Still got lots of time left on the Windwalk. He's starting to run out now. He's looking for something to harass, and that is going to run out by the time he gets there. Now MartialLaw is about to finish off this creek camp, and the Blade Master is there. He's just going to pick up the item and get out. Probably try and save the Water Elemental or try to kill it before the Blade Master can kill it to deny the experience to Kodos Forsaken. Now the Arcane Tower is being researched. The Water Elemental's still got quite a large timer, so how did I get Paladin out of that? The Blade Master still got time to kill the Water Elemental. He's going to slip by the looks of it. The Blade Master did a little sneak there through the... Oh, he does actually get the kill, I believe, and then Wind walks away. But where's he gone? Here he is, and he's just observing. Arcane Tower, probably another 10 seconds or so, and then that's up. What's he going to be? He's just going to put some focus on the Archmage, try to reduce his health. He's still got a Windwalk or two left to use. Arcane Tower should be up any second now. From Marshall's point of view, he sees nothing. But from Kodos' point of view, he sees all. Oh yes, he does. Healing Salve has been used. He's got his health coming back. He's just going to say hi to the Archmage in a moment. There we go. Archmage is now fallen into that sort of area where he's getting a little bit heavily pressured. He's down to half his health, so he can't stick around very comfortably. And he's just being patient here, Kodos Forsaken, making sure to wait for the Archmage to come back and put as much pressure. Gloves of Haste, very nice item there for the Blade Master, who's going to pick it up, possibly get a kill on the Water Elemental as well. That'll do nicely for you. Meanwhile, back at your base, we've got two towers here at the front here. So he's obviously going for some tech, and he's also getting the spiked barricades to make it harder for the Footmen to do damage. Or at least, oh, more towers going up. This is bizarre. What on earth is going on between these two fellas? I'm not sure. But the Archmage is in trouble. He's being chased down by a Blade Master using Scroll of Speed. Not a good position to be in. Blade Master's not got too long until he can Windwalk again, so that Archmage will go down. It's just a matter of time. And will he use his Scroll of Town Portal? Probably waiting for another Windwalk to go down. Well, maybe not, he won't go down. Looks like Kodos Forsaken decided to lose his opportunity there to get pretty much what would have been a guaranteed Archmage kill, almost definitely. Not guaranteed quite, but almost definitely. And pick up a couple more items to boost his Blade Master so he can come back down and harass what is an expansion potentially from MartialLaw, because he's creeping all the time whilst messing around with the Archmage. You've got to pay attention to this. Whilst it looks like he's not doing such a good job, MartialLaw, because his Archmage is being battered, he's actually doing fine because he's about to hit level 3. But is the Blade Master ready? No, he's not quite there yet. He stopped off to give himself a boost of speed, but by doing so actually unknowingly lost a chance to pick up a couple of items. But never mind, it's fine because those items was a greater mana, which is actually good for the Archmage, so he probably doesn't want that on the Archmage. But the Blade Master is here now, and he's going to be able to chase quite decently. He might actually get a kill here unless the Archmage has got some sort of potion to use. No, very, very smart. Uses the Cloak of Shadows. Wow. You get that item a lot, and it's not very often it's useful, but this time it's really paid off. So obviously Kados Forsaken lost his opportunity to pick off the Archmage, but decided to still be annoying with his Blade Master as much as possible, deny an expansion, or at least any possibility of an expansion, by clearing up this spot here. Still only level 1.5 despite all of his efforts. MartialLaw doing a really good job just pretty much abusing those militia and creeping like mad. There we go. He's got himself a potion of healing just in case he gets in trouble as well. He's going to use the scroll of regeneration, probably go back into hide just to make sure the Blade Master... Oh no, he goes straight up for the potion of healing. He doesn't want to sit around for too long then, I guess. 2 Arcane Sanctums going down for MartialLaw. Meanwhile, finally, the Beasteries are up for Kados Forsaken, and Wyverns are coming out. Yes, that's what we want to see. Wyverns, mass air. An orc who really likes his towers, apparently. But it's not a bad thing, to be honest, because once you do get those towers down, it does give you a lot more security. Now, MartialLaw not looking to creep anything left on his side. He's pretty much straight up going towards the enemy's side. And he's going to see something going down. Perhaps a tower building, or 2. Why not have 1 tower when you can have 2? No Overseer is obviously going to be 1. Kados Forsaken is going to want to pick that off, and I'm not sure why MartialLaw... What on earth? Did he actually see that? Did he not see the towers? Oh my god. I'm not sure if he saw the towers and decided to avoid it anyway, and decided to creep this spot, but that was a great opportunity for him to screw over Kados there, because Kados would have wanted the stick... Look at those two trying to get by. Would have wanted the stick on the... Null Overseer to get the item, but at the same time would have felt pressured to go in the Archmage because he's there harassing. Another Hex probably going to go down in seconds, or maybe he's saving it for an Archmage when he's coming back. Kados Forsaken is really confused by MartialLaw, and I've got to be honest, I'm a little confused by his play as well. He seems a little bizarre, but he's trying to suicide the Mountain King now to deny experience, and there's a Wyvern out, but a Wyvern isn't too much of a threat to an Archmage and a Water Elemental unless the Archmage gets hexed in a moment. He's actually picking off the footies instead of the Archmage for Kados Forsaken, and that looks like it's paying off quite nicely, because the Archmage can always run around circles, but the Footman can't go very far. And now the Wyvern, look how much damage that takes when a couple of Water Elementals actually decide to start hitting it, which is probably what they should have been doing. Now the Sorks are out. This is going to be very useful. Slow down that Blade Master, just make it really difficult for him to do any sort of real decent threatening damage. 2 more towers going up for Kados, of course. Meanwhile, back in the base, Priests, Sork upgrade, and Griffin Aviary. So we're going to see Griffins, not just yet because he's still on keep, but maybe Dragonhawk or 2 to help deal with the Wyverns, and potentially Bats to come out later. So an air game. So we're talking about like an air game on a very, very small map. It's rather unusual, except for the fact that this is a small map with a difference. There's basically this big border between the 2 players, which air can pass over, but ground units cannot until they get to the bridges. So I can see why this is turning into an air game, to be quite frank, despite it being a small map. So finally level 2 Blade Master, level 2 Shadow Hunter, not too bad, but level 3 Archmage, throwing down those beefy Water Elementals. Sork's getting picked off very quickly, managed to get 1 slowdown on the Blade Master. Wyvern's going to get picked off very quickly and easily as well, to be honest. Now the Water Elemental's going down a little bit, but I'm still in favour of the human here, apart from the fact that Kados has got a tower here doing consistent damage. That's going to be annoying, but the Wyverns don't do too well, especially against a Dragonhawk Rider and the Water Elementals, as long along with the, you know, they're just not that great. You need to get a decent critical mass, and Kodos Forsaken loses his blimmin' Blade Master. So all this time he's been slagging off MartialLaw, going, what are you doing, what are you doing? This is what MartialLaw's doing, killing your Blade Master apparently. Is he going to get a kill on the Shadow Hunter? Almost definitely not, because the Shadow Hunter gets to safe ground. He's going to do a little bit of damage here with the towers, perhaps stop his damage. I wonder if he'll stop the towers when he gets close to killing that. He's not, he's actually stopping his Shadow Hunter instead of the towers. So I think he's starting to fall to pieces now. He's been cocky the whole game, pretty much assuming that he's got the win, but actually turns out that he's in a bit of trouble here. MartialLaw actually is, you know, not as dumb as he looks, to put it in one way. So we got priests keeping things alive, Sorks for this slow. There's no, well, there's bat slow now, but this is the reason why orcs are pretty much forced to go a very standard build, such as Spirit Lodge, you know, for the Spirit Walkers, Beastry for like Kodos and Raiders, and Barracks for Grunts, because if they don't go those, they get pretty much owned by human because of slow, the imbalance of slow. And there's 3 more Sorks to throw it down, as well as invisibility, because that's what they got adept training for. The Dragonhawks are pretty much like scouts at this point with invisibility. It lasts 2 minutes, that's a long time. He's got fission because he's got sentry, I'm not sure what it's called. It's the upgrade from Arcane Sanctum. I can't remember exactly what it is called, but basically it grants the ability to see invisible units on orc human buildings such as towers. So any human towers, Magic Sentry I believe it's called, and they can see the invisible. Now those bats are starting to mass up for Kodos, and is he going to have enough? And this is a good reason for the Dragonhawks to stay invisible. In fact, they're very good units to actually put invisibility on, because they have the well, I call it ensnare, but it isn't. It's aerial shackles ability, and it's kind of like an ensnare. It stops the Dragonhawk Rider from doing anything, but at the same time it just basically slowly kills the air unit that they've trapped. They trap an air unit and they slowly do damage to it over time. If it's a huge unit like a Shim or something, it will need like 2 lots of aerial shackles, but if it's a weaker air unit like a bat, he can definitely get a kill as long as the Dragonhawk doesn't get into too much trouble. Kodos has been spotted creeping away. Bats are here, but they can't do too much. Looks like Kodos is forced to TP back, and the thing is he's played this very riskily. He's played a little bit too cocky, too many resources wasted on towers, going straight to Wyverns, not being able to do enough with the Blade Master despite his efforts. And MartialLaw, I like this touch. He's been slagged off pretty much the whole of the game, and he's pretty much putting down a mana town of the hall. He's actually taking the expansion of his opponent's player, and he's got so much control because of the Arcane Vault and the towers to go around. He's actually using the Magic Sentry ability, which is essentially like a reveal. You can use that from the Arcane Tower, so that's another reason to get Arcane Towers. And the Blade Master is looking for something to pick off, but he's only level 3. It's not bad, but at this point in the game I don't know how he's going to cope, to be honest. It just doesn't look like he's going to be able to do enough to MartialLaw. MartialLaw really does have control of this situation. It looked very erratic. It looked like he was being, you know, pretty much pushed over a lot of the game, but he's got to a point now where he's thoroughly in control. Kodos gone for try hero, hoping that that's going to make a bit of difference, because units aren't going to be enough apparently, and he might be able to secure this expansion because MartialLaw seems to be sitting tight at the moment at his expansion. Oh, what's the Ogre going to drop? What's it going to be? We don't know just yet. There's a lovely Gloves of Haste here that hasn't been picked up yet. It's just dying to be picked up. Down goes the Dragonhawk Rider. As soon as he's revealed himself, the bats say no, and MartialLaw is on top of this. He's scattered with his Dragonhawks. He knows what's going down, and it looks like another denied potential experience for Kodos, and he's basically forced into a fight where he's already very weak at the moment. His Blade Master's got almost no health. He's used Scroll of Speed to try and get out. A couple of Bat Riders getting caught out by the Dragonhawk Riders. They've got nowhere to get out despite Scroll of Speed because they are trapped. And it looks very bad for Kodos Forsaken, to be quite frank with you, because MartialLaw is laying down the law. He has full control, and he's going to even take the Ogre Lord creep camp from his opponent in his opponent's side. Yeah, is the Blade Master going to try and slip in here? Too late. He's struggling, and he's not going to be there in time. What's he going to see? What's he going to see when he gets there? Yep, he's going to see pretty much nothing left, apart from an Ogre Magi. That's like his opportunity. Oh, did he get the Rune of Mana? I think he might have done. I'm not entirely sure. The Slow and the Water Elemental being a real pain in the butt there to the Wyvern. Oh, now the Wyvern doesn't quite get to escape because the Dragonhawk Rider manages to pick it off. You know what the human can do is he can use his Arcane Towers and have them on a hotkey and use them, the reveal ability that they have. It's got a long cooldown, but he could use it for special moments like that when he's creeping out this expansion point, and when he's about to get to the point where a big high level creep like the Ogre Lord or Ogre Magi is about to die, he could use it and then spot where the Blade Master is there. Oh, ready to pick up the item. And Kodos Forsaken, he doesn't say GG, he just leaves. That's it, he's gone. Nothing said past the point. So all the way up until that point he was very confident, and then when he started to lose the game, which is pretty much the mid game point onwards, you notice he was very quiet. He got a lot more quieter. So I'm not sure what was going on between those two players. Maybe they know each other, maybe they don't. Maybe Kodos Forsaken is one of those players that tries to psych out his opponents by insulting them the whole way through. Either way, he got embarrassed, and I've just caught this as well. And I don't see what he was... I mean, he tried something different. I can merit him for that. But otherwise, it looked messy. And your opponent has to be quite a bit worse than you if you're going to spend your resources on towers and he's going to spend his resources on units, you know? Especially when those towers aren't at an expansion. He was trying to put towers up an expansion at one point, but he had like 3 towers in his main, which I don't know if it was necessary other than the fact that he only had a Blade Master. I understand his reasons for that, but I think if you play this risky style of play, if you're going to go straight to Wyverns, you may as well almost just go straight all out and say, screw it, I'm saving all of my resources for it. Because it's pretty much an all-in anyway. By putting the towers down, he hurt his economy, he slowed down his rate of getting Wyverns anyway. So, yeah, he might need to hone that strategy a little bit more. But I don't think Wyverns versus humans is too strong because, like I say, Archmage is very effective against them. Especially when they're in small numbers, because of the water elementals he can pump out. They do amazing damage versus Wyverns, and slow from the sorceresses just pretty much makes them utterly useless and free experience. So yep, very good job there from MartialLaw. Not such a good job there from Kodos Forsaken. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment. I'll see you later.